Summer's almost over, which means the school year is just around the corner. Ashley the Advocate here to help parents, teachers, and administrators get the school year kicked off right for our students with IEPs. Parents, send your students' teachers an email before school starts with some bullet points of information about them. Teachers have a lot of emails, a lot of information coming at them at the start of the school year. And in secondary schools, they may have as many as 200 students that they have to serve throughout the school day. By sending a very brief bullet pointed email, that's going to call attention to your students' needs, and it's going to help them prioritize who they need to pay attention to in those first few days to get the school year kicked off right for your students. Administrators, plan for your most complex needs first in master scheduling. So resource, pull-out, co-taught, even your self-contained kind of classes that you might have in your building. If you plan for those complexities first in your master schedule, everything else falls into place much more easily, and you're less likely to have to make adjustments to the master schedule after the school year starts. General ed teachers, take a look at that student information system and see who's flagged with the IEPs. Prioritize looking at those IEPs first. If you don't have them, reach out to either the resource teacher or the building principal. Find out who you can get those IEPs from, because everybody is responsible for implementation of those IEPs, and you don't want to be caught not knowing what that student's accommodations or services were in the classroom. We want to get everybody off on the best foot as possible. And special education teachers, I know you have a big job ahead of you with scheduling and maybe making adjustments to schedules and getting to know some pretty complex student needs at the very beginning of the school year. Prioritize what you can, take a look at the accommodations, make yourself some sort of organized system for tracking who your students are, what their goals are, how you're going to collect data on them, and how you're going to implement and track those services and accommodations for them. You're going to have some students who move in and you're not going to necessarily know what those things are ahead of time, but if you can pre-plan as much as possible for the students that you do know about and have a really organized system for tracking all of that information, then when students move in and surprise, you have to make some adjustments, it will make it a lot easier because you've got one-stop shopping and organization in something like a spreadsheet where you can track what interventions you need to be implementing and where you can slot different accommodations in for students and how you're going to track all of that. So hopefully those are some helpful tips for you getting the school year off on the right foot. If you have some questions about how to make those things happen, drop me a note in the comments. And if you have other ideas that you want to share with teachers, parents, or administrators on getting the school year off started really well for our students with IEPs, go ahead and drop those in the comments too.